Hi guys, welcome back to Running a Freelance Design Business. This is lesson 18, selling yourself and winning the contract. My name is Ben Gribbin. So in today's lesson, we are going to help you sell yourself. And it's a very difficult thing to do, to sell yourself, because it's a hard balance to get between not overdoing it and completely going over the top. So you want to sell yourself, but you don't want to overdo it. You want to be subtle, and that's what we're going to help you achieve in this lesson. You want to be subtle and targeted, in other words. So the first thing of selling is you need to point out what is different about you. What is your unique selling point? Now, we've discussed this a little bit already. Unique selling point, your USP, is what makes you different to any other designer that people can just go out and hire. Why should people hire you over somebody else? You need to underline what you do that is going to make you better suited to this client, this project, and it's just going to make you generally better than another person. So maybe you're going to save the client money, you might be able to save them time, you may be able to promise that you can do a certain type of design style that somebody else might not be able to effectively carry out. How can you make your USB tailored to the client? Well, go ahead and find out what the client's goals are for the project. So let's say they are doing this just simply to modernize their look, or to cut the number of support requests or phone calls they get regarding a certain product. So then you need to go back and think, well, that's their goals. What can I do here? Well, you can then say, well, I'm used to working with information design. I can come up with effective hierarchy, which means that information is laid out better, which means when I'd help design you a help guide on the internet, it will then get you less people phoning in, calling up with issues regarding a problem. Or let's say you want to modernize, where you can say, I've got 10 years experience modernizing companies' branding, or I've created logos for established companies. Maybe you've worked with some of their competitors, that kind of thing. You need to be a little bit on the ball. You need to think about, right, well, this is what their goals are, this is why I'm best suited to this project. And that's all that selling is. It's talking a client round to your viewpoint, basically winning them round to being on your side. Now, one thing, I'm sure this is an international thing, everybody gets plagued by sales calls nowadays. You'll be sitting down to tea, you get a phone call, oh, we need to sell you glazing, insurance, whatever. Those kind of companies are trained to be extremely aggressive, and it doesn't work. Aggressive selling is very offensive to some people, and it really can put them off. So you need to be subtle and employ tact. That is, you need to think about how you're reacting, how you can be professional, showing manners, that sort of thing. And if somebody is genuinely not interested, do not keep pushing them and pushing them and pushing them, because they will snap, and that means that they will then perhaps backfire at you. You might get negative reputation for being overly salesy or just being a little bit untrustworthy. Now, once you've won clients over to your side, how do you keep them on your side? Well, obviously doing good jobs, excellent jobs, in fact, will make them happy, but also keeping in regular contact with them. Now, that can be a little bit difficult because some clients you simply just can't phone up and say and have a little chat with them because they're so busy, because of the type of work they do, that sort of thing. Well, maybe you could consider setting up a client newsletter, just sending them out information about what you've been up to, what you've done in the last month or two, new projects you're working on, and maybe any special offers, that sort of stuff, but doing it in a nice, friendly way, obviously not overly salesy and like some sort of large discounting warehouse. That's going to keep you fresh in a client's mind, and just you're always there then in case they ever think, well, we need a new designer, oh, we can use so-and-so, and they'll come back to you. Now, one last thing you want to remember when it comes to selling, selling is all about conveying your value. In essence, you want to underline, and I mean really stress, the point that what does the value of money that they give you translate to for them. So you need to really think about it. Think about how you're going to give them some sort of worthy service. What is it that you can help them achieve and produce? Can you back that up with statistics? Maybe if a client says, well, have you worked on projects before in this industry? If you have, then say, well, yeah, and 96% of their customers preferred the new web design. 70% of the clients found the new flyers or brochures much easier to find information from and to actually use, and they thought they looked better, that sort of thing. So if you can get those statistics, by all means do. contact your existing clients and see if they've been gathering that sort of info. Honesty is key when you're selling anything. A lot of people get fed up with untrustworthy, lying salespeople, like car salesmen, those kind of people. They're just a bit slimy, a bit sleazy. So being honest is going to be refreshing. It's going to show that you are a very trustworthy person, and it's going to make you a more hire-worthy freelancer. Finally, you want to show only your best samples of work. Sometimes on a project you come out with an excellent design concept, but then the client changes it and tweaks it over and over and over, and it gets pushed away from your original kind of vision. So what you want to do is make sure you are demonstrating your best design work. Only show case studies, portfolio samples where you're genuinely happy and pleased with the outcome, rather than being a little bit disappointed because of the design getting tweaked by the client. If you're showing clients those kind of projects, they might think, well, it's not that good. But if you're showing them your very best work, then they can see your true design skill. So in this lesson, we've looked at how you can sell yourself. We've considered how you can do it tactfully, and your task for the lesson is to work on some of these USP, work out your own USP, find out what makes you different and better than other freelancers. Next time on Running a Freelance Design Business, we'll be looking at lesson 19, contracts. Thanks for watching.